Throughout Ninjago's history, we have gotten hundreds of sets, so many minifigures, so many seasons, but today we're going to be doing the biggest LEGO Ninjago set of all time. This Ninjago City Market set comes with 21 minifigures, over 6,000 pieces, and also a huge modular design. And this set also comes with the exclusive Detective Zane and Cybersporg minifigures. Both minifigures we have not seen for many, many years despite them being canon to the show. My brother even tried to take it. A set to conquer all other sets. I mean, just look how big this box is. $52 bags, 2 base plates, and 2 manuals. Loads of stickers even. biggest Lego Ninjago set of all time throughout, what's it now, 15 years, is finally built. And let's get straight into this review, because this is honestly probably my favorite set in my collection, which I don't think is that big of a surprise. But yeah, let's just get straight into it, because this set is amazing. And what's it now? This build took me like around 5 days or so. So yeah, this is a pretty large set, racking at over 6,000 pieces. And the set does not actually disappoint in person. And wait till a little bit later, because we're going to get straight into the minifigures right after that, guys. Wow, here it is, guys. Your 100 subscriber special. It's finally built. Finally all the way decked out. I will show you the minifigures later, as I just said. But yeah, starting off right with this set, it is just beautiful. I'm sorry, but that is just, it's so amazing to finally, at least for me, have a set this large and look so cool. And really just represent Ninjago well. I like the new modern look. And you will not believe how many Easter eggs and different references to the show there are in this set. Of course, this is based on Dragon's Rising, so it's not based on the original series, nor just regular Ninjago, not Masters and Spinjitzu. But it does also have a lot of stuff from that original series that we never actually saw in Dragon's Rising. So I guess you could call it a mix-off set, racking in over $370. I do think the set is worth the money. Which I don't think also is too big of a surprise. Some people might disagree because they might like Ninjago City Gardens more. I personally do like this one more. I might get Ninjago City Gardens in the future. Who knows, guys? Maybe 1,000. I'm not promising anything, but it is possible. So yeah, this set, it's just amazing to me that this set just exists. Like, I've never thought we'd get so many of the figures we got in here again, or we ever would get them in the first place. And that's just something so cool that these Ninjago City sets have been doing. You know, including minifigures that the entire fan base and community have been wanting for literal years. And in some case, decades, such as Cybersport, which I'll show you guys later. These sets are always just so groundbreaking and amazing. And they always bring something new to the table that nobody in the community really ever expected. So yeah, guys, let's just get straight into this set, of course, because it is massive. Yeah, we are going to be starting off with the ground floor, which is mainly based around older Ninjago, having some of these wooden buildings, a lot more wood, whereas when we get to the top, we see more like techno, more modern buildings like Borg Tower, and even Dareth's little hub, I guess. Yeah, starting off right here, you can actually see the river here. Or I guess whatever you want to call it, a creek. We do see the lime green sword, and I believe that to be a talon piece, along with these plants used as plants. I've never ever seen this. This is a lime green sword. First time we've ever really seen that. It's amazing. We did see it in the 2021 Legacy Tournament of Elements remake with a different piece using a sword, but yeah, it's really new to get this. We do have all these new little water lilies, which I've got to say look absolutely precious. Wow, those look good as they float underneath this beautiful bridge, which I'll show you guys in a second. There's more of these plants over here, and look at that, guys. It's a lime green frog. Gosh, this is just such a popular piece for LEGO to use in the past few years. And of course, does look like a sewage system is showing us here by these red pillars and that, by this pagoda, I guess you could think. Yeah, I will show you what that sewage might be later, or just general escape, but it might disturb you, yeah. That will be interesting for the rest of the set. And this beautiful red bridge, I think for the parts that it uses, it's just stunning. I'm sorry, dude, but this is just wow. I never really thought that, like, this is like, it reminds me of the 2015, the temple there. Temple of Jitsu. It does kind of remind me of that a bit, but well made. Definitely wins the prize here, just because of how much better this one is. Granted, it does have a few more pieces. I love the little stone thing. All these little anti-studs here, which minifigures can, of course, stand on. These pieces, they're kind of Technic pieces with these little blade pieces. Moving into the back, it is kind of weird with this set how the water works, because it's kind of all around the set, but it also really, really thrives in the middle here. That's where the main bit of the water is. So it's kind of split into two different sections between like this tower and this tower. and the only thing connecting them, I guess you could say, is this little bridge over here. But yeah, I've really thought that was interesting because it's the first Lego Ninjago city set, I guess, that kind of split them, which is kind of interesting, to be honest. And then back here behind the actual bridge, we do see this boat back here, which I am going to show you in more depth later, but for right now it just has a few peppers. It's a pretty basic, just black boat, which the fisherman, I guess the market salesman, does go on. I do wish, I will say that as a critique of the set already, I do wish it was over here instead of behind the bridge, but I get why they need to do that. They want the bridge to be more focal than that, but honestly, I forgot about this, like, as I was building this. Like, it's pretty forgettable. And then, something else about this set is how it all splits off into different sections. Like, this piece does all come off along with that. This does also come off. These do. Everything just kind of falls apart and comes off. So I think to really give you a better look, I will end up taking those off later in the review. But moving away from the waterways and all that, we do see some flowers over here, which I would like to assume go with this kind of teapot stand, which the team merchant will go with, along with this little poster, I guess, with a sign, which does show its reference for the tea. I will put up translations for all the jargon as I'm editing this, just so you guys can see. But over here, we do actually have the Temple of Celebrations. Yes, that was the Ninjago Christmas employee exclusive. Yeah, unless you're going to get that off eBay or Bricklink, you're not going to be able to get your hands on that. So that is a cool reference, along with this little ramp that goes up to the cable car. You know, this whole set is so referenced and so wheelchair accessible for Cybersport, which I do like, given that this is kind of like his big set, you know? Moving over to the left side again, we do see this pillar, which I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be. It does have a play feature up there, which I will show you later. And we do actually have this bridge over here, which connects to another Lego Ninjago city. You know, they always like to make you, like, kind of connect them. I guess to incentivize you to get more, which is understandable. Moving back here, we do have this little stall where it's actually referencing food for dragons. Creatures, Beasts, and Beyond, I believe. I will show you that reference later. And this, which also has a very secret thing going through. But honestly, I like the vines that go through it. Definitely is part of it. It does have those posters on there. This poster, of course, up here. I am going to actually remove this. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to remove the top, just so you guys can see. But that is, of course, a reference to Lego Pirates, a theme which was sadly discontinued. But to show you the other poster, I'm actually something I like about these sets too is you can kind of switch out these posters. See that? This is a reference to Lego's retired or at least discontinued theme, Monster Fighters. Very old theme. Pretty cool to get that in Lego and kind of a reference in that. Never ever seen that before. Of course, we do have more of those little frogs, or I guess toads, because Cole's dragon Rocky from Season 1 does like toads. There's a little reference. Along with this Hound Dog McBrag poster back here, which we do actually get a minifigure of in the first time for this set. Along with this Master Wu Dragon over by the bakery. It looks like he's just like riding it, or I guess slaying it. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be. We do have a little bakery sign back there. And a little shop over there, which is supposed to be Kai's Blacksmith, along with the second floor apartment and these flower pieces. And this, yes, this is the hot dog bun. Lego does like using their hot dogs, of course. Gotta be goofy about it, Lego. And then moving back here, we actually see the loading station for the cable car, which I will show you. Probably my favorite part about the set, to be honest. And this is actually a tea shop, I believe, or not even a tea shop, just a general accessory shop, which in this set looks like Camille runs. Yeah, Camille's kind of goofy in this set. Some parts of her minifigure are accurate, some are not really, but I'll get into that later. I do like how she gets her own kind of shop, I guess, in the set. It works well. And that pretty much honestly sums it up for this side of the set. So I'm actually going to flip the set around now to show you the other features on the other side without going into the buildings. Moving back up here behind the pagoda, to the cable car loading station. over here. We do see this little reference. That's pretty cool. Along with this right here, which is actually the legendary goat piece. Very, very nostalgic for LEGO fans that do know that. Very cool piece, at least a reference to see. Along with Sora and Aaron's apartment, just above the Camille shop, with these beautiful vines that snake around here through the building a bit. And as we go back through here, we do have these little stumps, which I do like, that kind of act as like a little walkway, I guess, and a way to kind of like not fall in, so like major vehicles can't go through here, which kind of builds on the fact that it's a city, even though it doesn't really have anything that could really be blocked by that. So that's just my interpretation of it, but yeah, that's a bit strange. And of course, we do have the waterway going all the way back here. Better look at the frogs over here. Better look at the boat. Hound Dog McBrag poster. And I guess this is the first building we're going to be going to, just because it's the only, like, I guess, open building. Yes, this is Kai's Blacksmith. We do get his minifigure in the set. Looks like we have a rod back there, along with a little wrench. There, of course, is the anvil. We have the pail of water over here, along with the ladder, which I will show you later, of course. Here is the furnace. This I'm a little bit controversial about, because I do wish there was a bit of orange here, just so you can kind of see it a bit better. I don't know, it just feels like it's not really a blacksmith, more like a cook stove, hot top you'd see in like a normal kitchen, not in Ninjago or anything. Here is another green toad. Yes, they are all over the set. Some beautiful flowers up here above these apartments and the bakery. And of course, another apartment. Yeah, that is basically a good look at this side of the set so far, at least. Yeah, now we're actually going to be going into each individual building, which, as I'll show you now, do actually come off in little sections. It's kind of strange. So, I guess I'll go through the bottom floors. Moving on to this back part of the set, we're actually going to explore into a whole new thing for Ninjago City, which was just in this year, which was, I believe, 2023. So yeah, you can actually pull these out fully. This is the baker's thing right here. It does look kind of funny in there. It looks like there's like some ashes. It's kind of funny. And then this right here, that can be opened like that. So this is basically how the shop front would look. And if I show you right here, see how that door kind of opens? Yeah, it's kind of hard to get your hands in there. I do personally, I know this might seem like a bit of rage bait. I do personally like it when you can take off the rooms all individually. I feel like you can actually get your hands in there way better, which I think is different from what most people think. I don't know. I just feel like it feels more complete, less like you're pulling out the levels. So over here we actually do have the baker's thing, which these are, of course, these brown pieces right here. Are the Harry Potter pieces. Yeah, those were all new for Harry Potter's, the wand baskets we did see in this set. It's pretty cool to see us right outside the window in that. But yeah, we do have, looks like a croissant is being baked inside of there, along with these little baguettes, which are just outside, pretzels, and then this white little croissant, and this other bakery item, which looks like this is a rolling pin, yeah. So it looks like the bakery, or the baker lady, which we do get in this set, was busy making these because they're white, you know, they haven't been cooked yet, and these are ready to sell. I guess these baguettes are also ready to sell. We have this little spade, which can also kind of be used to poke at these little items in here. Yes, that is the Minion's hairpiece. We do have another croissant in here, some fire kind of cooking it. And then the final thing about this set is actually, at least this part, is these stairs that kind of lead upwards. Yeah, I'm going to show you what I'm assuming to be the baker's apartment. Just like the baker's apartment, her little bakery section, this can also come directly out, which we actually just see a koi fish in there, a little lamp, and yeah, that's basically it, apart from the wooden thing, which you can kind of see the bakery place down low. There are the stairs coming up. So yeah, let's show you her actual place where she sleeps and all that right here, which is kind of strange because it has a poster of Nia. It has a water-themed bed. It has this another little Minecraft piece, and it looks like a little couple toys in the bottom there. This would be where the stairs would come up. Of course, this is where she would sleep. I do like this bed design. It does fit well. This one is smaller. Of course, it does pull straight out. Yeah, this I would give a overall pretty high ranking. I do like this. This is one of my favorite rooms in the set. Those are actually fences, those brown things back there.
the windows there. And that actually pokes right into the outside of the set. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's also kind of hidden, which gives it kind of a hidden gem kind of vibe, I guess. The Camille shop, of course, being right here. Right below Sora and Aaron's apartment. These are the shingles which you do use to activate. And this is honestly probably my favorite building in the set, which is kind of a bold statement. I like the way it's shaped. I've never ever seen a building for Ninjago City shaped like this. Do, of course, have the goat sign out front. And this is actually right here a Minecraft black head I have heard. Of course, I'm not really into Minecraft nor Lego Minecraft, so I don't really know all that much about it. But there's two opening doors, so I'd like to assume this is the main entrance to the shop. And this is the entrance if you want to go onto the water, which it looks like I guess the shop owner would be doing, which in this set is Camille. This can entirely just peel off, by the way. That is a wall. What do we have on the back? This beautiful, it looks like a Nia dragon. It's really, really pretty. Very Ninjago style poster. One of my favorite stickers in the set. By the way, this set, I believe, comes with over like 68 stickers. I think it is 68 anyway. This is honestly just wow. I like this little building a lot. It has this little bonsai in here, which is a great detail, along with the, of course, vines that wrap around. So that's the front door. We have this little thing in the front, along with all these kind of things that are just on the shelf in the back. Like I would never have guessed what these are because it doesn't really specify anywhere. But this is kind of a made up building anyway. And then right back here, of course, we do have the Cole action figure, or at least the, yeah, that's pretty cool that we have been seeing those sets across the last few years. So it's cool to get that. And this little table back here can actually open up. If I show you guys, yeah. So that can open up, so I imagine that's where Camille would stand right behind the counter. We do have those little parcels on the back. I love how that is constructed, along with this little beautiful brown poster in the back. This shop, for its size, is just packed with details. Love it, not entirely show accurate, but hey, we're all here for the ride, right? Going straight into Sora and Aaron's apartment, possibly the most cramped little building in the set. We do have right there Vinny of NGTV News' little news broadcast sign, along with these little things which can be adjusted, meant to represent roof shingles, along with some flowers in the window. Yeah, this thing is so cramped, but possibly something that I really like about this is how these window frames were done. I feel like they fit the overall theme, although this is a very, very color-packed apartment. And I'll just try and get the camera in there so you can kind of see better. There is Lloyd's Legendary Dragon. That was kind of a cool core set. And the thing with this is it's actually just two beds stacked on top of each other. There isn't really that much going on in this apartment. Apart from that, I would say, at least. So if we take out Sora's bed at the top, you can choose which one you want to put at the top. I don't know. I haven't really switched it out. Ooh, it's kind of getting stuck in there. Oh, man. Yeah, so it is really, really cramped in there. I'll show you Sora's bed first, of course. Kind of just the kitty symbol, kind of normal for Sora. I do think that fits well, I will say. And then going back into there, I'm not going to take Aaron's out because that is going to be such a pain. That is Aaron's little bed there with a little, like, orange dragon as symbol. And if we go down here, what is that? Yes, the blueprint for Sora's technology mech. Wow, that is pretty cool. I'm going to put that straight back up there because this is one of the less detailed packed apartments. That is really, really packed in there. Like, if you're really, really lucky, you can maybe get one figure standing by the door. It's like and then you can get both of them laying down the bed. Maybe somebody out here. Of course, this is accessed by the little shingles on the Camille shop located right down below. This is a pretty cool corner piece too. Alright, now we're actually going to be moving up into Kai's apartment, which you can get through with this little ladder, which kind of leads upwards. Don't really know if you guys can see it, but as we go up a floor, I'm actually going to start with the balcony outside, which is where we can see the blacksmith shop, along with this little place where somebody might eat sushi. I'm assuming Blacksmith Kai. A door, not too big of a balcony, but it's pretty basic, and does work well, I've got to say. Looking at it here, we do have that Kai action figure card, which I just showed you with Zane. We have possibly a Lego set. Set designers in the past have liked to show us that. This table, pretty basic. We do have a clock up there. That isn't cool to see. And this bed, this is actually the way he gets up. He would come through the bed. And that's where that goes right into down to the blacksmith shop where you can see this. So yeah, that's pretty cool to see. It kind of reminds me of like a treehouse kind of idea, where I don't know, a little kid might climb up like through a trap door. I think it's cool. Only the trap door is the bed. That's kind of funny about it. We do of course have the green door, and the way this actually comes off here, because you'll see is that this is a window, and it just clips on right there. So yeah, that's what Kai's apartment looks like. Do of course have the frog outside. So I guess this whole thing is just Kai's. Yeah, Kai is looking rich in this city. So starting off here, I actually want to go into right as you take off the top of the cable car loading station at the bottom of the set. It's actually kind of strange because if you look actually into it, you do see this little bed in there, which I think might be for Baby Dragon Ryu, because there's kind of a window piece, but it doesn't really look out into anything, and it's clearly meant to be a bed, and it's kind of embedded in there, so it's meant to be something. It just doesn't really specify. I haven't seen anybody else talk about it, and I just have not been able to get my mind off of it since I've been talking about the set. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. I thought it was kind of funny. Alright guys, next up on the review of Ninjago City Markets, we are going to be taking a look at the second floor. Of course, there is 3 floors, being this smaller floor up here, second, and then the first, which I just showed you. So yeah, we're actually going to be showing you the second one here. Looks like we have some more advertisements. Yes, these are all over Ninjago City. I will, of course, show you on the screen right now what those are. And yeah, this kind of just goes around for this part. And I really like this. It's like this brown area. It kind of reminds me of the architecture in Utah, to be honest, how there's a lot of like brown concrete in that. And we do have, it looks like to be, yeah, blue little flower. And I do like the way this staircase was made. It kind of looks like the lady fingers when you eat like tiramisu. And they're all kind of like twisted around like this little area. And they go back up onto the cable car loading station at the top, which is up here. And then this right here is actually also a cable car loading station, but it has this little lever in which it goes up. Now, for me at least, this play feature does not work that well, to be honest. And I have looked at it, like what I might have done wrong with it. If I might have built it wrong, whatever. I've taken it apart like 3 different times since I built this set, which was like a month or so ago. Yes, it has been kind of tight lately. But yeah, this play feature does not work that well. Sometimes it will go up. You can see there it's kind of going up a bit. Yeah, for the most part, this play feature is not working all that well. Moving over here, we do have a little lift schedule for when it might go up. Along with these little like roses, I'd like to assume on this very, it kind of reminds me of like a traditional Japanese cabin with this beautiful cherry tree at the top there. Very beautiful. Will remind you of my last set actually, which was a cherry bonsai tree. At least that was the better one of them. Yeah, go check that one out, guys. And funny thing about this is if you look down there, yes, it goes right into the other apartment that belongs to the baker. I guess Nia, yeah. It kind of goes around here, and there is more signage. I will, of course, show you how the cable car works. Looks like we have a Cyrus Borg logo here. It's kind of hard to get, yeah. There we go. Along with more signage back here behind the cable car. Some pretty minimal stuff over there, but I will show you what those are about when I'm editing, of course, and I have time to research all this. Along with on this side of the cable car, actually, next to the Borg Tower, we have this little poster here. It's kind of interesting. Once again, I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. It's kind of dark and red. I will, of course, show you. And now I'm actually going to show you a play feature I think was done really well. Unlike this, I do not know why this doesn't work all that well. So yeah, we're actually just going to show you now. So if I move the camera back here, you'll see we have this little black knob. And when I twist the knob, yes, it opens. So you can see my hand back here. It's really, really smooth, and it is required to do this when I show you how to use the cable car later. Alright, moving over to the flowers. This is actually new, because I actually own a set. It's an old 2008 Lego police station, and it has these in black and blue, and uses them as garage door, but here they're green. And I personally think it works really well on this skinny little walkway, along with this little Shinto sign there. It just works really well in total. And I do like just the overall imagery here. Moving over to Darius Pub, I guess you could say. We have the master of sound right there, Jacob. That I do know. Of course, big Ninjago fan. We have this beautiful karaoke club, along with more of these flowers. That is actually the Wolverine claw piece in green. Of course, we have a lot of weapons in the set used as flowers. It does, or in plants, it actually works really well. Moving along the edge here, we have a reference to Ninjago City markets. Another kind of flowish Nia sign. We have more of that, kind of like an ocean design here. We have this chameleon. Looks like a news outlet, and then the star, which is personally my favorite sign in the set. And compared to, I would say, Ninjago City Gardens, this set doesn't actually have that many references on posters, because I know the original Ninjago City in 2017 just had crazy amounts of it. Of course, this goes back here. Alright, guys, now it's time to show you the inside of the Borg Tower and also Darius Pub. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Of course, though, this is a beautiful bridge that goes right over. It's kind of basic, to be honest, but it does its job well. And what is its job? So, of course, let the passengers get over the cable car stick. Yeah, let's get straight into the Borg Tower and Darius Karaoke Pub. Alright, guys, so I'm kind of eating my own words here. You can't actually take off this part of the Borg Tower. It's kind of stuck to this little chunk of city. And I do like the door here. Of course, that would be a very bad sticker to mess up, because it would probably just look really, really bad. I love the color for the Borg Tower. It's probably the best looking building in the set. I just love it. Going around the back here, you can kind of see what's in the store, along with how it can come off. So I'm actually just going to do that right now. Take this window pane right off. Very easy to take off. You got these little lights in here. You got this very nice tan floor, where I imagine the Borg's assistant would work. You can see the Borg watch, some phones up there, and these Borg cards, I guess. Along with that, this door that goes back out here and onto this little elevator thing, which can be moved up like this. It's not. It kind of rolls up a bit and down, and I'll show you how that works. With Borg actually on it, yes, the first time I will be showing you Borg, apart from the minifigures, of course. Once I show you the top part of Borg Tower, which I actually have right over here. So, the top part of Borg Tower is, I'd say, the better looking of the two. Going up here, it kind of has this little flat area just to balance it out, along the top there. If I flip it around, you can see there's a place where a little maybe ninja hideout could be. Kind of cool back here, you know. Or kind of gives me like those Amazing Spider-Man 2 vibes with, what's his name now? Yeah, Andrew Garfield? Yeah. Not my favorite Spider-Man. Personally, I do like Tom Holland, by the way, better. But he's got some solid... He's a solid actor, I've got to say. Moving back up here, you can kind of see this red scaffolding. That's not really having to do with anything. But here's actually where the elevator comes up, and I'll show you that in a second. But before that, I'm going to show you the inside of this. It's smaller, and I've got to say, it's honestly kind of cramped. But, yeah, this is what the inside of it looks like. And I would show you with Borg in there, but you would legit not see anything. So this door back here, of course, opens up. It's kind of hard to get your fingers in there. But if you look in there, there's like a lamp. There's a desk. There's a keyboard at the very, very far top left there. And then there's this little screen where I can work on new inventions. Yep, that is literally it for it. So it's a decently small and cramped building. It looks a lot bigger on the outside, but it has a lot of its parts to make it look good. But I like the design of it. So yeah, I'm going to show you now when it's all put together with Cyrus Borg, how he would move throughout it. Alright guys, so here actually we have Borg right here. He looks pretty good. Along with his assistant. If I put Borg right in there, his assistant would obviously like wheel him through the front door and all that. So he would kind of come through here, if I can show you with one hand, holding the camera with the other. So come out along here, and he kind of go off here. Don't fall off, Borg. Yeah, very bad death right there. He would like sit right here, park right there, and these studs, these anti-studs actually help keep him up, so he doesn't roll off. You can lift it up, and just like that, here's Borg, and guess what he's doing? You can roll him inside of his little office building. And when I say little, wow, that might honestly be an understatement. Like, it is really, really small in there. Like, you can barely fit him in there. If I show you like this, you can fit him in there. You can, yeah, if you close the door, he moves his wheelchair forward a bit, just for scale. Now, a regular minifigure would probably fit in there easier. But as you know, guys, Borg is on a wheelchair. One of my favorite pieces I have in my collection at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, I'll show you this full review later. But yeah, here is the elevator, which should come back down. Yeah, so there's the assistant, and that was how Borg Tower would probably work. Alright guys, so this is going to be the full review of Dear Earth's pub right here. I'll show you this back part later, but as I showed you the outside, let's show you the inside. So we do have these cool little details where this part right here is actually hollow, in which you can actually slide in these little white pieces. If I show you right there, yeah, so these little white pieces, you put them in there, and there's just a curve and a dot and another curve, but they kind of make this like bone kind of cool little design, and I think it works, and I have seen it. It's something I can imagine seeing in like a pub in real life. If I use a little stick here, I can show you some details inside the place. This is probably honestly the most detail-packed building in the set, and many people wanted this because it's probably the only building in the set that everybody like really knows about. We've been waiting since Sons of Garmadon to get this fella right here. So we have this, the dartboard. There we go. Turn on the flashlight so you guys can see better. We have this, looks like a little like cocktail mixer and some cups right there. Right underneath there we have what looks like another cup and 2 cups, a register right behind the counter there. Just a vent over there. If I show you in here, this is the best part. This is my favorite little thing in the set, by the way. So this is actually a working pool table. Like, you can just move these little things around. I'll be like, what? You're not meant to use a stick. They're little, like, poker sticks, whatever. Well, if I move this around, you can actually see. Close up the doors. Yep, look at that. We have a old style music player. Wow, that's pretty. And yes, this is how you'll play poker. Right over there. Look at those sticks. Yep, those are pool sticks. I'm probably not saying that right. I've never played pool in my life before. I've just seen it like if I go to a pub or whatever. Here's looks like Dareth and an old bartender. And this is the best part of the pub easily right here. Yes, it is the karaoke station. Got some lights back here. It is kind of cramped, but you do, of course, have that beautiful black microphone right in there. And you can stick a figure back here. And this is honestly probably the most spacious building in the set. It's pretty big. Just to give you a sense of scale, here's my hand right next to it. It's about the length of a hand. It's pretty good. Alright, and let's show you level 3 now. Alright, so for this part, I'm actually going to start the back here, because this is where you go up to the 3rd level. We have these elemental mech shorts where you can kind of see where some racing will go on. And here's actually a J memorial. Remember, this was as of Dragon's Rising Season 1. Of course, in Season 3, we do have him back. And we do have rumors. Okay, I'm not spoiling anything here. We have rumors in the sets, at least, that he's going to be back to the Blue Ninja. So this isn't as significant as it was in Season 1. We do have a little J memorial. I'm not sure why the flower is orange. Maybe that is Jay's secret favorite color, even though we would all assume it to be blue, of course, because he's the Blue Ninja. We have Fritz Donegan, Jay's actual biological father, before of course, his parents dumped him. Yeah, that's kind of sad. We have this staircase where this golden rail bars where a figure would go up, but actually underneath here we have this box and this little ventilator. A nice little detail. Something I would honestly expect in probably a city set, but this is Ninjago City, so I guess that's why we're getting it. As you go up here, you get met with the blue rails. Of course, this is the 3rd level. And for this, there is actually only about 2 buildings. 2 are smaller buildings. But they're 2 really, really well done buildings. Even if they are both a little bit cramped. So, for these, I'm not actually going to remove them. Even though you can remove each separately. Up here, we do have this little sign. We have this news tower. DR could be Dragon's Rising, eh? We have this. This is the sushi shack. So we have the squid up there, the octopus, or whatever you want to call it, with the frying pan and the little cute noodles. And Sora is actually holding those noodles. Along with over there, you can see hanging off the, I'm just going to spoil it, the toilet stall, is Jay's core Titan mech. Wow, that is a cool thing to get here. And up above this roof, have yet another ventilator. So I'm actually just going to show you this building first, just save the suspense. We have this little menu, the sushi menu, where like, let's say Sora, for example, because she's given the set with a box of noodles or whatever. This is where the sushi vendor would go. If I open this little door up, I'm going to show you inside there. So we have a golden frying pan. If you see in there, some sushi. Yes, some sushi. Along here, you can see some spices. Up at the very, very top in there, you can see maybe some ingredients. So that is the sushi shop. It is kind of cramped in there. There's a stove in the back there too. But they do they do well with the space. You can fit like maybe one minifigure in there. And now I'm actually going to show you the toilet stall, the outside at least. There's the toilet, the potty sign, of course. On the back here, we have another symbol. Looks like a trident. I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to be. And now I'm actually just going to take off the roof and show you the amount you've all been waiting for. I'm just going to spoil it. The working toilet. So yeah, I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, so LEGO released their first ever working toilet entirely out of LEGO. You can see I already put a little poop in there, the little lever. There's the sink, looks like a toilet paper roll, and the flusher. The flusher is actually how it all goes down. I'm going to show you the mechanism back here, which pushes it up there. See, that's the lever. It pushes down on this, which actually connects right underneath here in this little bridge area, and goes right into the center column, and it's going to come out right there. So I'm going to push the lever right now, and you guys will see it come straight out. So I'm going to push the lever down. 3, 2, 1. Wow, isn't that cool? There's your poop. Yeah. We got some more poop. Good job, LEGO. It is kind of inappropriate. Some people might think it's a little bit brain rotted. It's kind of cool, you know. First ever LEGO working toilet. Yes, that is a poop piece. It is a round, just brown tile, to be honest, right there. Kind of see. And this set actually comes with 2 of them. So what I've actually decided to do is I've decided to clip on to the back of the sign, of course, the poop tiles. So, because they do get lost. And if you put 2 in there, they do get clogged in there. So, don't clog up the toilet bowl. No, this set does not come with a plunger. So right now, of course, I've shown you that angle. But now I'm actually going to show you the angle of me putting it in there. And this is harder than you might expect. Of course, there's the door open. So I'm going to drop it in there. I didn't manage to get it in there, but if you miss the toilet bowl, it can be kind of a mess. I'm going to come through here so you guys don't get my massive hand in the way. There you see the little latch. Opens up right there. And of course, given with that, the little mechanism in the back, how it works and all that, the poop piece is going to come all the way down here. Boop. Yep, that's the poop piece. Alright, I think I've talked enough about poop for this video. Alright, so I guess that's the full set review. Wow, that took so long. Yeah, let's get straight into the minifigures, I guess, right? Wow, this is the back side of the set, by the way. It's beautiful, right? Alright, let's get into the minifigures. Alright, guys, it's finally that time. No, I did not forget about the main feature other than the working toilet. Yes, we are going to be taking a look at the cable car. Now, this cable car, wow, is it an interesting feature. I've actually, the way you at least do it is you go back here. See where this little knob is? If you move this, it moves the cable car up and down. Now, for this, I actually going to give credit to where I got this idea from, because I put this little black bar in there. I got that from the green brick. I'll put his channel up on the screen right now. Makes amazing videos. Loved how he upgraded this. Yes, that worked amazing well. And the thing it actually does is it makes it less juddery. It makes it so much better. And just look at how that works. And of course, I'm going to show you how it might come up now. We are going to be doing this. So now the doors are open. I'm moving my hand up there. Oh, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Don't go that way. Alright, so now it's coming up here on the long black bar. Coming into the loading station. Yes, it is kind of slow. You might be thinking, oh, why is it so slow? It's not normally that slow, but I'm being very careful about it because I, of course, don't want to break it. All right, bring it right here. That's about as far as it can go. And then once you're in there, this is easier to do it up here, so I'm just showing you. You could do this, and of course, it is a ramp, so it is accessible to Cyrus Borg. So you could just roll in there. There's the cable car, loaded in the station. Now, I'm going to lift that back up there. There's not that much space there, but you could probably fit 1 to 2 minifigures. It's a nice little, cute little yellowish cable car. And yes, you can close the sidewalk while it's in there. Bring it down here. And right about here. Close the gates. Now people can walk there and not get... We do actually have some warning signs, so people don't fall onto the pavement below. Bring it back into the lower station, of course. There's that little name thing. Bring it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. It's over here. Once it's about there, this is how Cyrus Borg would get up. Do not ask me why that's here. It shouldn't be here. But yes, it is actually in there to hold things together. I personally think it should be a tile. Just don't ask me how Cyrus Borg's going to roll on this rough ground with that beautiful wheelchair. He can get in there. And of course, people can also walk by here. And there's actually a blue ninja sign for Jay on this side, along with the other side, which you can see on this side of the loading dock. Alright, guys. To be honest, that's probably going to do it for this set. Wow, this video is going to be like an hour long or something. Yeah, let's get straight into the minifigures, because this set is awesome, and yeah, let's get into them, because it comes with like 21 or something.
Alright guys, so actually first up with the minifigures, we have the first 3 here, which will be the Baker, Aaron, and Camille. Of course, this set does have 21 minifigures, so this is going to take a little while. Now in regards to these figures in detail, the Baker is a generic, I guess you could say generic, Lego City minifigure, and we refer to those in the Lego Ninjago franchise as minifigures that like don't necessarily contribute directly to the plot in the main show, of course, which is Ninjago. The Baker is one of those. You can see her back print here. Now she is a cool minifigure to get in this set, and actually my second time ever getting that whisk piece, which you can actually see at the front right here, and that is because I actually did get a whisk piece from the cook in the Lego house when I went there a couple of years ago. That's a very cool piece that you can only get there for some reason. Yeah, this is pretty cool to have here. Nothing too special though. No leg printing, of course. I am loving that hair mold, although of course there is no like back face for her specifically. Okay, so moving on to Aaron. You can, of course, see in this set that he's holding a waffle. He has his orange jumper, and I guess this is just casual Aaron. He has the lazy blue pants, kind of an Aaron classic. You can see his hairpiece, which to this day I just love. This is such a cool hairpiece. I'm really happy we got to see it on a Ninjago figure. You can see his name spelled out on the back there, along with a dragon tail. That's pretty cool to get there, of course. Loving the way that's looking. You can see the full thing there. By the way, this is a new display. I will be showing you guys how to make it. It's brand new, specifically for the set. It's one of the reasons why this video is taking literally forever to come out, so yeah. Okay, so in regards to Aaron, of course, this is not that too special of a character. Just his basic goody jumper, you know? Like, I don't think there's actually anything specifically exclusive here, so you can probably make this out of your own parts. Now, Camille. Wow, this is one of the most wanted figures in the set. Given her one and pretty much only appearance in Season 4, which was about 10 years ago. She's actually a hair salon here, which is why she has scissors, and she kind of has her, I must say, her design was done very well. You can see there, it's very show accurate, but also kind of looks a little bit different. It's special. And that hairpiece, that purple hairpiece, wow. Lego, I know you got to put your budget in places, but that is a wonderful place to put it. You can see the back printing back there. Yeah, Camille is definitely one of my favorites in the set, even though this will be my first Elemental Master because other than of course, the Ninja,
main characters of the show. This will be my first, like, elemental masker, you know, like, quotations on them, type stuff. Alright, so this is definitely a really one figure, and one of the last few figures we were missing from Season 4. Really cool to get here, although she doesn't necessarily play a big role in this set. Alright, so let's move on to the next 2 figures. Alright, so here's our next 3 minifigures. We have Bartender Dareth on the left. Looks like a tea shop owner, and then also a tea seller, although I'm not sure if that older lady in the middle might be something else. Maybe it's like a store seller. We do see her selling the treats for Rocky, the Creatures, Beasts, and Beyond, in the little shop stand in the set that I just showed you. So she's kind of just a basic merchant. So I guess both of those are Lego City minifigures, and Dareth are like a really cool minifigure, especially to me. Like Dareth, first time ever getting Dareth, big fan of him. One of my favorite characters from the show. I don't think you can meet someone that doesn't like Dareth. Like, genuinely, he's one of the best characters in the show. He's not so much in terms of power. He's just really funny. He's so iconic. He's just... Bro, from, like, the first actual, like, scene we saw him in, everybody just liked him. He's just so likable. Bro, he's kind of like Steve Harrington from Stranger Things in the sense that you just can't not like Dareth. Like, it's impossible. So with Dareth's little fit here, we do see he's kind of had this 1950s to 1960s kind of strap on that we do see in Season 8, Sons of Garmadon, when he's, of course, his bar or pub, I guess you could say, to keep this family friendly, is Laffy's. We do say that is where Zane goes undercover and does infiltrate the Sons of Garmadon to get information about the Quiet One. That is, of course, leading to the scene where he gets beat up by Mr. E. But anyway, in regards to Dareth here, he does come with like a little rag to clean cups. He comes with a glass, and of course, his amazing print. I love how he has that little metal going through. And no, I do not think this figure needs leg printing at all. Just some basic brown pounce will do him perfect justice. I love the straps. He's looking amazing there with that face print. Yeah, I really, really like this. Is just such. I love his hairpiece. Like, there's just something so cool about Dareth that you just can't get over it. Like, that's Dareth, you know? Alright, so moving over to our next minifigure. The Shopkeeper, another one, no leg printing. Yeah, this minifigure, interesting, I'll say that. Kind of, I like the hairpiece a lot, even though it is, I know, like a Lego City quotes on that type of thing. She does also have a similar design that she has straps going down the back. A little bit more complicated than Dareth, though, which you can see there. And then moving over to the one on the far right, not spending too much time, he does have the bowl cut. That's an interesting choice. Along with, you know, his teacup. No leg printing on him too, but I do like how they implemented that kind of in the torso with him giving a belt instead of the belt being on the standard Lego leg piece. We can see this cool blue dragon, which is really cool to see here. And then if we switch him around to the back, see it continue back there. Of course, the teacup piece and the black hair. Loving these figures. Alright, up next we have Urban Sora. We also have Misdemeanor. And our final figure is Hound Dog McRag. The, of course, police cop that we do see throughout the show, most notably in Crystallized, I would say. Love this performance there as the Crystallized, I want to say inmates, escaped, which are, of course, the ninja. He chases them down, gets real mad, takes off the really cool-looking glasses. Yeah, he's an interesting figure to get for sure. A fun little army builder if you want to build a police station cop, although this is exclusive to the $370 set. So you could probably just get him off Bricklink. Alright, so moving over to Urban Sora. Nothing too different here. Just her basic torso and legs, similar to Urban Aaron. But it does come with her noodle box. A cool hairpiece that is somewhat rare, I guess. Yeah, she's just a huge noodle eater. Gotta love her elemental faces there. The kitty logo on the back, because that is her symbol, of course. Yeah, that's Sora. Moving over, we have Misdemeanor, probably my third favorite from the set. I love how colorful and fun this figure is. Like, just look at that. Look at how that looks. Look at that amazing torso design. Loving the printing all over this set, from the flamethrowers, the red mohawk, perfectly accurate to the show. No complaints here. The gas tank at the back. Every part about this figure is absolutely perfect. There's no reason for them to ever make her again. Love this figure. Love the flamethrowers. Love the gray design. Love the red flames on the shirt and the torso there. And, of course, the red goggles and the red pipes. This is a amazing figure. I love that we finally got her because she was actually kind of a fun villain, though not too powerful and mainly a henchman. Fun to get her. All right, next three. All right, so with the next three, we do have three different ninjas. We have, of course, Detective Zane, Merge Lloyd, and Merge Nia. Detective Zane's my second favorite figure from the set, or most wanted figure from the set, other than, of course, Cybersport, which you will see at the end. Now, for him, he does not have leg printing, as also seen in Prime Empire. Two LEGO Prime Empire references now. We do have him in that basic gray detective suit. Absolutely awesome to see. It works so well with his metallic design. And the fedora is really nice to see. Got some basic little back printing there. But my favorite thing about him by far is that magnifying glass. It's so cool. And this is only from one episode of Prime Empire. I will put it up on the screen so you can see because I do not remember. But I've always loved that episode. It's probably my favorite episode from the season. Alright, Merge Lloyd and Merge Nia. Now, these are not exclusive to the set at all. They are literally plastered all over Dragon's Rising Season 1, the first wave, of course. But I'll just give a basic rundown. They each have their symbol on the bottom right, their normal faces, their masks, which are new for these suits only. I must say I do like the leg printing on these figures, although I do not like that their bottom part of their mask right here can't extend so their mouth can be showing like it is in the show. Switch it around there. We have the double golden katanas. Yes, it does come with two, one for each of them. And yeah, it looks great. Some pretty basic back printing too, but yeah, that will do it for our three figures here. And of course, I love Detective Zane. All right, next three up. All right, so moving on to the next three minifigures, we have the Boat Vendor, the Unofficial Blacksmith Kai, and also Player 11. I believe it is from Prime Empire, a big Bionicle fan over there. So let's just start there. First of all, she does have this little minifigure, I guess you could say. Weird word to say, of course. But that will represent the little Bionicle mechs that we see throughout the Bionicle discontinued LEGO franchise. And also a little case which the Bionicle thing would come in. And of course, you can actually see the Bionicle mech on her shirt there. That is an awesome print to have. And surprisingly, we do have leg printing on her, which is surprising. So no, she's not a basic little LEGO City NPC. She's a natural person. Gotta love the Karen cut, which we do see specifically for her. And then like this weird like rotating shuriken kind of design in the back in red. Not the most interesting figure, but if you know who she is, it's cool to get. Alright, so when I say Unofficial Blacksmith Kai, I say that because as of right now, the 15th anniversary Legacy Blacksmith has been revealed, and it does have a show-accurate Blacksmith Kai. As somebody who was not really a Ninjago fan back then, I do not care about this. Like, this is, for me, perfect accurate representation of the Blacksmith Kai that we see throughout the show. I do not care if it's 100%. We do have Kai with his hairband there. Awesome sticking up hair. And then he does also have this translucent orange sword, which we also saw on Cole's Dragon Titan mech last year. That is to represent a molten sword. Of course, he is a blacksmith. He has his hammer there. He is molding the sword. He has like the basic brown apron there. If we turn around, does also have the straps there to represent like this is his apron, his working apron. Hard worker right there. I'll just switch him around there. This is the basic legacy, or I guess you could say updated season 11 design, movie design, whatever you want to call it. That is the Kai face we're dealing with here. And then, of course, right up there, we do have the Boat Vendor. Now, this is one of our LEGO City NPCs. Of course, no leg printing, though I do like how it maintains the color that's on the shirt. It does its job. It's a boat vendor. No alternate face. That's probably because of the straw hat. Just a basic Ninjago thing. Also, loving the staff design. That's a new color for that staff. And we do like to see another one of those straw hats. And a weird little Lego City face. But yeah, let's just get straight into the next three. Alright, so next up, we have Dojo Kid, Vinnie Folsom, and the infamous and best news teller, Gail Gossip. Wow, that is such an amazing lineup. These are probably 4 and 5 for figures in this set for me. Absolutely loving them. We do have the Dojo Kid right here. Basic. I love the hairpiece there. It is basically just like a karate student. With some red torso going down, a brown undershirt, a simple little kid face. I do have a little ice cream there. That's fun to have. And on the back, wow, that's a cool print. If you want to make like some dojo students with this, it's kind of fun. Loving that like kind of dragon-esque design with the red arm going down. Loving that figure. Many white legs. No leg printing. No leg printing needed. After all, I don't think we actually ever have gotten leg printing for a minifigure, like really small, like kid figure. So yeah, fun to get. Moving on, Gale Gossip. No leg printing for these two either. But Gale Gossip, perfectly accurate, although I would like that hair piece to be slightly different. Although the piece that it should be replaced with is fairly common. Of course, we do have her microphone here because she is a news reporter. Have her little bracelet over her neck there. Loving the face print. Perfectly accurate, never scared, just very stern. After all, the news does never sleep, right? Loving the ponytail back there. The black microphone perfectly represents this character. Absolutely loving it. The best news teller in Ninjago history. Moving over, we have Vinnie Folson, of course. Her very loyal cameraman who never sheds from the scene and will never run, but does keep Gale Gossip alive because oftentimes she's so committed to the news that she doesn't realize that she's about to lose her life. Pretty basic Lego City design, so from somebody who doesn't know Ninjago, you'd probably think this is an important figure. But, of course, we do have the camera there, but pretty basic design with the studs there and all. But on the back there, that is, of course, the NGTV News logo. And this is Vinnie Folsom from NGTV News, crystallized garment on. My favorite scene in the show. Love that. Such an iconic character for me. Fun to get, even though it may look a little bit like a Lego City character. But the Ninjago fans, true Ninjago fans, you know who this guy is, and you know how cool this duo is. Alright, next three and final three. Alright, and our final three are the Sushi Chef, Cyrus Borg store employee, and the everlasting, infamous Cyrus Borg, perfectly replicated. So why don't we just start off with him? He's the number one figure from this set, in my opinion. We've wanted him for 12 years. He is such an amazing figure. Purposely, hold on. Have his wheelchair at the back there. Wow, this is an amazing figure. I'm not going to take him off his wheelchair, even though he can stand up properly, which does look kind of cursed too. It's just basic Lego black legs. We do not need leg print for this, because on the show he's never really seen him with that. No leg print for any of these, actually. But that is basically just... He may look like a bland Lego City minifigure, but it's perfectly accurate to actually what he is in the show, you know? I love also how we have one hand black with the glove on and one hand not. Yellow, of course, Lego skin. The face perfectly replicated, like he just gave the ninja a new invention. And it also hints that maybe Cyrus Borg is still alive. And maybe all these characters, actually, because this is, of course, a Dragon's Rising set, not a Legacy set. As opposed to what many people may first assume, given how, like, rare Legacy minifigures are actually in the set. Very well made. There's not too much to say about him because he's kind of a bland minifigure, but wow. No back printing really either, but he's special, I gotta say. Loving the wheelchair, amazing piece. Moving over to the Borg store employee, kind of holding a Borg card, the Borg symbol. Loving that hairpiece. Wow, that is some extravagant hair. Borg sign on the back. Light blue shirt and dark blue pants. No leg printing, of course. But wow, that is such an amazing hairpiece. Basic Lego City minifigure, I would say. But, you know, there is Borg Tower in this set, so it does fit kind of well. Love to actually have an employee plus a higher up. I believe that's our first time ever in Ninjago City set getting that. Wow, that is cool. 2 people working on the same building. A very important person, of course, at the top floor. Cyrus Borg himself. Alright, and I did show you him earlier in set. Here's Sushi Chef. Yeah, this is a Lego City minifigure. Although it does have a reference, again, to Prime Empire. Wow, that's our third, just in the minifigures alone. On that shirt right there, that is a reference to the evil Sushi Chef at the level 13, at the top of the Empire of Temple of Madness, something like that. Very top of the video game. We did see that in Prime Empire. That's cool, because it does have him on the shirt. I would not like to get him, though, because it would feel like, then it would really feel like a Legacy set, because those guys were all, like, kind of removed after that. Kind of interesting how Ninjago seasons work. And this is my first time ever getting the black cleaver part, so that is cool. Of course, his face kind of just looks like he's nervous, got a tear dripping down there, or some sweat, not here. He just looks like he's really stressed, and I guess that's because Sora's been ordering up some mad Japanese food. Or I'm assuming at least that's what's in that box. Wow, that is cool. On the back there, we do have another reference to that Prime Empire sushi boss. Yeah, that was cool to get. White leg printing, of course, not too special a minifigure, but fun, I guess. And he, of course, is on the very third floor. It would be funny if we had a toilet employee. So yeah, that's all of the minifigures in this set. So what did you guys think? Would you say best Lego Ninjago set ever? Best Lego set ever? Heck, I don't even know. You can see it right back there, of course, in full glory. Will be on that shelf for a while, I'll tell you guys that. And I will show you, of course, that. And the box up there, which you can see. That is a video, by the way, that will be coming out. I'll probably say somewhat near the end of December. Wait for that. It's a surprise video. You guys will like it. Wow. 100 subscriber special. Biggest Lego Ninjago set ever. Most expensive Lego Ninjago set ever. $370. Wow. So thankful for my parents. Which was actually a gift after getting a 5 on my AP test. So grateful for that. So thankful that I am in a financial circumstance that I could be able to receive a Lego set like this. I'm so happy I have it. Wow, it's a special set for me. Definitely my favorite Lego set in my collection, although my collection's relatively small compared to a lot of people. I'm really grateful that it is the size it is, of course. I'm really happy I am blessed to have a set that beautiful. Wow, it is a pretty set. Wow, it is a collector set. Wow, there's a lot of references. Heck, I can't even get over enough. And for starters, that set took me, let's see now, I started that set about August 1st or whatever, and as of right now, we're about halfway through December, so wow, that is months and months. This is such an amazing Lego set, and it also marks a lot of new techniques, a lot of new stuff I've done in this video that will become the standard from now on. I promise you guys. No, really low quality Lego Ninjago reviews. Of course, we'll be having way more Lego Ninjago reviews. This is not the end of my channel. We are just getting started. And as of right now, we are actually at 500 subscribers. No, I do not have a special plot. Heck, even count this as a 100, maybe double, maybe both 100 and 500 subscriber, or maybe just 500 subscriber if you want. Leave your suggestions for 1,000 subscribers. That would be exciting to hit. Yeah, I am lost for words, and I would honestly just like to say thank you, guys. Like, this is so special for me, a turning point for me at least. I'm happy to have this set. And would I recommend this set? Big question. Actually, honest review here, I actually would. No, I'm not a Lego ambassador. I have to wait till I'm 18 for that, which is in a couple of years or so. Because I'm, of course, almost 16 now, but still 15. No, I'm not a Lego ambassador network. No, this was not sent to me for free. Of course, I would love to be that Lego ambassador, by the way. Keep your eyes out, Lego. No, I'm not in the Lego Ambassador Network, so this is not sponsored. I would absolutely recommend this set. I can say that hands down. If the minifigures alone are enough for you, even with the 5 or 6 standard Lego City minifigures, if you even want to refer to that, because I think they're pretty cool and they are integrated into the set, especially like the baker and the boat vendor and the sushi chef. There's a couple like that old lady grandma or whatever that don't really have to do with anything in the set. They kind of can just be placed anywhere. Maybe the tea vendor. But apart from that, the Lego City minifigures, which are kind of a standard in Lego Ninjago City sets at this point, because there's only so many cool, exclusive Lego Ninjago franchise sets they can possibly stick in these things. So, hey, I'm happy to have them, and they're cool to have in a city if you want to build like a couple of them, or maybe you want to make a city of your own. You want to put them, they kind of fit, especially the baker and the sushi chef. It doesn't have to be a sushi chef, it can be any kind of chef. So happy to have the set, and I would recommend it without a doubt. Of course, it is a couple way over the price per piece. I will put that up on the screen post editing. Wow, you're going to be tired, Karen. That is quite the long editing journey. But yeah, I'm so happy to have this. It is finally over with. Wow. Not that I want it to be over with, because I've enjoyed every step of this Lego set. And this is probably going to be about a 3-hour long video if I had to guess right now. So I better stop yapping and just wrap it up at this point. So if you are still watching right now, I will say one thing. If you're a true Aspheerix fan, by the way, comment this. Cyrus Borg, all caps, if you're still watching. Probably going to be very few of you because I don't even blame you guys. I would have left long before now. Or I mean, I would have fallen asleep because, wow, I don't want to bore you guys. I know I'm a Lego Ninjago nerd. I'm so happy to be in a place where I actually have an audience that does watch my videos. And this is going to be a pretty important video in my collection, I guess I could say at this point. I have quite a few on my channel right now. I'm excited to grow with you guys. And wow, thanks for bringing me along with the journey. And let's take it straight to the stars. Let's go, guys. What's it now? Thank you. And goodbye. Have a great night or whatever you're watching this. Bye.